Welcome back to the Automotive Business Cockpit. Today is July 22nd, 2026. As we head into the middle of the week, we are looking at a global industry where technology and geopolitics are completely merging. Components are no longer selected just for price and quality, but based on their national origin. At the same time, artificial intelligence is revolutionizing not only the vehicles themselves, but the very way they are designed. Let us dive straight into the facts of the last 24 hours. The dominating news today is a massive regulatory intervention in the U.S., sending shockwaves globally. Under heavy pressure from the federal government, the American auto industry has begun radically restructuring its supply chains. The goal is a complete purge of Chinese hardware and software from connected cars. At an unassuming facility south of Cleveland, the early outpost for this massive pivot is currently taking shape. The U.S. will no longer tolerate Chinese telematics units or data hubs in their networks. Moving away from major strategy, we also received tragic news today that puts vehicle safety sharply in focus. Hollywood actress Kaylee Hoddle has passed away at the young age of 18 in a severe car crash in Maryland. Events like this are a tragic reminder of why the industry cannot afford to compromise on active vehicle safety. This actually transitions perfectly into today's vehicle premieres, starting with an absolute luxury statement from Germany. Mercedes-Benz has unveiled the new Mercedes Maybach GLS. The Stuttgart automaker speaks of a universe of its own, with maximum noise insulation, the finest materials, and a suspension that virtually irons out the road. This SUV directly targets ultra-wealthy customers in Asia, the Middle East, and North America. It is the spearhead of Mercedes' high-margin strategy. But the biggest technological disruption today comes straight from Silicon Valley. The tech company Applied Intuition has introduced Dana, an agentic AI designed for physical AI development. This system is capable of completing simulation and engineering tasks that would normally take human engineering teams months in just a matter of days or weeks. It autonomously builds test scenarios for autonomous vehicles and robots, representing an absolute game changer for the entire industry's R&D cycles. And in base hardware, a new strategic alliance is forming. UK-based Focal Point and European semiconductor giant STMicroelectronics have signed an agreement to commercialize a jointly developed automotive GNSS solution. This technology enables extremely precise and spoof-resistant satellite navigation, which is absolutely essential for Level 3 and Level 4 autonomy. Meanwhile, in automotive retail, artificial intelligence is now playing a major role for end consumers as well. Just how mainstream this has become is highlighted by a recent interview with U.S. comedian Kenan Thompson, who spoke publicly about how AI-driven tools on platforms like AutoTrader are now helping consumers make completely data-backed, secure car purchases. The car buying process is increasingly being guided by algorithms. On the workshop and after-sales side, there is a strong trend toward professionalization happening in the background. The company KPA is massively expanding its automotive environmental, health, and safety solutions. Collision and paint shops can now use holistic software solutions to ensure they operate in compliance with complex and evolving environmental and safety regulations. Switching to the regulatory stage, we need to debunk a viral rumor today. Social media in the US and Europe is currently buzzing with panic over claims that, starting in 2027, cars must be equipped with a government-mandated kill switch that allows authorities to remotely control or shut down vehicles. Experts at Consumer Reports cleared the air today, confirming this is entirely false. The upcoming U.S. regulation merely requires passive, in-vehicle camera or sensor systems to detect drunk driving or extreme distraction and prevent the vehicle from being driven. There is absolutely no external access for authorities. Now, looking at all of this, today's data paints a picture that carries three hard-hitting consequences for German executives in Munich, Stuttgart, and Wolfsburg, as well as our domestic suppliers. First, the dilemma of two worlds. The fact that the U.S. auto industry is radically purging Chinese hardware from connected cars under government orders puts VW, BMW, and Mercedes in a brutal bind. German OEMs can no longer afford to build global, one-size-fits-all architectures. If you want to sell in the US, you need Western chips and Western code. If you want to survive in China, you must integrate local tech giants like Baidu or Tencent. For suppliers like Bosch, Continental, or ZF, this means building parallel, completely separated supply chains for East and West. This inefficiency will cost billions in margin. Second, Dana is a wake-up call for German engineering. The launch of the Dana Agentic AI by Applied Intuition is a direct challenge to Germany's traditionally slow development cycles. German engineering is thorough, but it is too slow. When a US tech tool compresses the development time of algorithms and physical parameters from several months to just a few days, teams like VW's software unit Cariad or the MB.OS team cannot afford to work at the old pace. Anyone who fails to immediately integrate these agentic AI tools into their R&D departments will completely lose pace with Asian and American development speeds within 2 years. And third, the Maybach bet as a survival strategy. The world premiere of the Mercedes Maybach GLS highlights exactly why Ola Källenius is focusing so heavily on the luxury segment. Setting up separate supply chains for the US and China and purchasing expensive AI tools like Dana devours massive capital. These costs can no longer be recouped in the compact segment like an A-Class. The Maybach isn't just a car. It's a badly needed cash cow designed to fund the transformation of the rest of the company. As long as the luxury markets in Asia and America remain robust, the strategy holds up. To wrap up today's briefing, we see an automotive world that has definitively become a geopolitical arena. Decisions on which chip goes into a car are no longer made solely by purchasing departments, but in the ministries of Washington, Brussels, and Beijing. Surviving in this fragmented market requires occupying highly profitable niches like Mercedes, fostering agile tech partnerships like ST Microelectronics, and most importantly, leveraging artificial intelligence to keep exploding R&D costs in check. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the Automotive Business Cockpit on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, so you never miss these critical insights and developments shaping the global automotive industry. Until tomorrow, see you in the cockpit.